When Mercedes-Benz decided to enter the utility vehicle market, they're actually very clever about it. Instead of spending a whole bunch of years doing research and development, they instead approached their alliance partner Nissan and asked to borrow a platform, that of the all-new Nissan Navara. And myself and Chad Lukov took a cross-country road trip in that exact vehicle, and after about 3,000 kilometers, came to the conclusion that I'm going to upset a lot of people when I say this, and I'm not just saying this for the sake of saying it, the Navara has dethroned Hilux.
But you know what, I'm inclined to agree with you. I'm going to take brand bias out of the way, as well as theft risk and potential resale in that, which we know that Toyota does really well with. And I'm going to say as an overall package, the Navara is the one that I'd put my money on.
So Mercedes-Benz wasn't wrong in their thinking. You take the best driving double cab available on the market, imbue it with a bunch of Mercedes-Benz traits, and you end up with this, the Mercedes-Benz X-Class. Begin with the interior of the X-Class, and you can really see that Merc has tried to bring the Mercness to this double cab. We begin with things like this really nice leather on the dash and on the door and the seats and the steering wheel, and then it all starts to fall apart with these hard scratchy plastics and this fake aluminium. The switch gear is poorly placed. And of course, the lack of storage for anything other than a set of keys stymies what would otherwise be a really great place to spend some time. This X-Class is also fitted with the previous gen command system. That's the infotainment. Screen's also a little bit too small, and the command is a little bit fiddly if you're not used to it. I will say this though, it is incredibly quiet in here. There are sedan-like levels of NVH that I have not encountered in any double cab that I've driven thus far. Even the Navara that this vehicle borrows its underpinnings from, it's incredibly refined. And then that 5-link rear suspension really just smooths everything out. And how Mercedes-Benz has managed to isolate all the noise in the cabin, it really is something special. And that brings me to the power plant. You see, the X-Class uses the same 2.3-litre 4-cylinder turbo diesel engine that the Navara does. It also uses the same chassis, same suspension. Now, despite Mercedes-Benz saying that they have touched everything and this is nowhere near being a Navara, this unit still makes 145 kilowatts, 450 newton meters, and has near identical fuel consumption at 8.9 liters per 100 kilometers. Now, that power is transmitted to the wheels via the 4MATIC all-wheel drive system. And if you should ever find yourself off-road, where we've just been, and need to get yourself out of a slightly hairy situation, you do have an electronic diff lock. believe me when I say that the Mercedes-Benz X-Class is a very capable vehicle off-road. It has some of the best arrival, departure and breakover angles in this segment. Now Mercedes-Benz has managed to keep the G-Class looks about things, and the X-Class fits right in with the rest of the family looks-wise. Now there are two different spec levels that you can choose, and the one that we have here is the Power. The Power comes with all those really nice accessories. Things like the running boards, the storage bins in the rear, and of course that electric canopy. Now, I for one am not completely sold on that sloping design, but to each their own. So, in essence, the Mercedes-Benz X-Class looks like a Merc and it's priced like a Merc. But does it feel like one? Can you make a double cab that feels like a Mercedes-Benz? I think so. But at the end of the day, those in the position to purchase are the ones who will have to decide whether the 250,000 Rand premium is worth that 3-pointed badge on the front. The Mercedes-Benz X-Class X250d Power Auto that we have here is going to set you back 825,000 Rand. With that, you're going to get a 2-year unlimited kilometer warranty and a 6-year 100,000 kilometer maintenance plan. I really do like how Mercedes-Benz has integrated all of the things that make a Mercedes-Benz, and then package them into the X-Class. Unfortunately, it comes across as a little halfway done. The interior is executive, but yet contains hard plastics. The drive is rugged, yet elegantly refined. And all of these things leave the X-Class riding a very fine line. And I guess the only thing that we really have to do now is wait and see if the addition of a 3-litre V6 next year is going to make any difference.